Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how we are going to be doing our Christmas schooling this year. So if you enjoy this type of content and other homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into it. All right, so this video is an open collaboration video with Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Waldock Way. So there'll be a playlist linked down below where you can go and watch other homeschool moms here on YouTube and see what they're doing for for Christmas in their homeschool. They might be sharing all their curriculum. They might be showing you a day in the life type video. And so make sure you check out that playlist down below and let's get into what we are doing for our Christmas schooling. Okay, so I have kind of shifted myself over. If you didn't notice, my blinds, like the light comes through at this time of day at such an awkward angle and gives me all the little, holes from the blinds. So I just end up with lights all over me. And so I'm trying to shift so that that's not happening, but it still might catch up to me. We'll see. But anyway, that's why everything looks a little different than normal because I'm moving so that the light isn't right in my face or on my clothes and stuff. So we're gonna start talking about these things. And Christmas schooling, it's always a struggle for me because I plan stuff and we get to some of the stuff, but there's also a lot of stuff we don't get to because things come up or I'm just like, I just want to take a break, it's Christmas, or things like that. And so I'm like, do I plan every year? I'm like, do I plan more stuff that we might not get to or not? I don't know. This year, I feel like we are going to get to more of it just because my husband and my oldest son are going to be out of town for the 2 weeks that we're doing school in December. And so I need stuff to do because we're all gonna go a little insane. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna plan stuff and we're gonna do some stuff. So let me share with you all the stuff we're gonna do, or pretend that we're gonna do. So the first thing that I had gotten was these Christmas watercolor books from Emily Lex. I saw actually Abby sharing these on Rooted in Rest like a month or two ago. And so I was like, that would be fun. And so I got 4 of them so that I could join my kids because it'll just be my 3 older kids doing it and then me. But I just thought it was a really cute book. It has mixing colors and it has the outline here and shows you what to do. But then I think you could do it on your own if you wanted to or practice. So there's a few, different things in here. And so just stuff that's sort of already planned for me. I just need to pull out the watercolor again with them being gone and me being probably a little frazzled. I just want to be able to have stuff that I can easily pull out and do. So that's one of the easy pull out and do things. The other one is these Usborne books. And this was kind of a last minute thing. I was mentioning this in my Christmas video about things that we loved or that my kids loved. And this was one of those things. We didn't get Christmas ones, but they had like a dinosaur one and I don't know if it was unicorns or something. Anyways, I was like, I think they have a Christmas one. So I looked it up I just got these on Amazon because I was trying to get them quickly. But it has a little pad here and then they can use their finger and still do some artsy stuff and there's stories and just a lot of fun. So I got 3 of these because I don't need one. And if my toddler who's almost 2 wants to join them, I can just give him a blank piece of paper. I wasn't gonna pay for him to have a book and I have other like little pads that he could stick his finger on and do. So that's kind of the no prep needed, just kind of pull it out and go in case of an emergency and mama's losing her mind. The next thing that we're going to try to do to incorporate some more Christmas is Christmas around the world. And I've tried to do this in the past where I'm like, we're gonna hit all these countries. No, it doesn't happen. Not even close. We get through like 1 or 2. So this year, these I already had prepped from years past. I was like, okay, I'll just pick 1 or 2 and we'll just do that. So I picked out France and Australia and all of this stuff I believe was on Teachers Pay Teachers. If I can find the links, I'll put them down below for all these things. And so like I said, I prepped them years ago. So I just went through them and picked out some that might seem interesting. Honestly, I was like, well, we should make some sort of food or dessert with it because that's always fun for the kids. And these ones just seem fun because it's like the Bûche de Noël. I don't speak French, my husband does. And then the pavlova or whatever, the meringue with fruit in it. And I was like, those are fun and different desserts that we could do. So maybe we can do, I don't know, we might mess them up completely, but I have these again from years past, and so these packets, and then I pulled out a few books that I had bought. So there's some things in here about Australia, and I have another book. So Australia is not in this one, but France is, and so I grabbed that one. And I'll link some of these down below. And then I just have a few other sort of random books, sorry, the glare, that are talking about Christmas around the world or how some different countries celebrate. And so we will read a few of these. This one's fun, it just has a whole bunch. It's a Rip the Flat book. That's what we call them over here. And so this one just has a bunch of fun things for kids to look through. So I'll set those out, and then we'll go through some of the things with this. We might do some of the crafts. We'll definitely do some of the food, and you know, just incorporate it. And hopefully, since I only picked 2, not 4, 2, we can get through them, hopefully. Hopefully we'll just do like 1 per week. I think that's kind of what I'm going for in my head. Okay, the next thing I feel a little bit bad sharing just because you can't get it anymore. It's from Ashley from Grace and Grit always shows these, they're like seasonal unit studies. And so this one, when it came up again, I'm pretty sure you cannot get, I'll put the link for the website down below, but I think you can only get them for the week that they launch them, and maybe it's just discounted for that week. I'm not really sure. Sorry, I should have looked into that more before I got on here. But this year's like packet was focused more on the Nutcracker, which I just really don't care that much about the Nutcracker or like ballet or anything like that. And so I actually got a couple from the past years. I don't remember if it was the year before. Some of them focused a little bit more on baking, and there's some that were more on crafts. So that's what I grabbed, and each unit has a bucket list. So since I got 2 like winter units, they both have a bucket list, but then there's a few crafts in here. So there's some angels that you could make. They also have Play-Doh, like you could make different colors, and they have how you can make them different scents, like chocolate, and I can't remember, like a pine type of one, you know, like woodsy and stuff like that, and vanilla. So you get sort of those like Christmassy smells. And you can also make it as a gift, which I thought is cute. And then potpourri, like the ones you put on your stove and you cook, so your house all smells good. Again, you can make these just for yourself, or you could, it has little tags that you could do it as a gift. And then bingo, because my kids love bingo, even though this is very simple. A lot of the things in this kit, I didn't print out these ones for the most part, but they are geared towards younger grades. And so they might be better for like my 6-year-old, but some of my older kids, not so much. So that's why the bingo looks a little bit more towards those younger grades. But my kids still love doing bingo. And then they had tons of coloring pages in here that are just fun to sit out. You know, if you need something to do or going a little bit crazy or something, they can get a coloring page. And then there was these felt poinsettias and a tree as well. Again, I don't know how much we'll go through all this. Some of this stuff, I'm trying not to buy a lot of extra stuff, so except for like the dessert, like the food items. And so I think I have most of the stuff for the crafts, but we'll have to see and improvise. But these are just simple little treats. So these are reindeers, you know, with little cookies and pretzels for ears. These are Santas out of like Nutter Butter cookies. And then they also have these snowman sugar cookies as well. And so I thought those would be fun. And then just a few watercolor options. So they have these that they give you all the printouts for them. And then you can print them out for your kids, or they could trace them on like watercolor paper if you wanted to do that. And they also have a nativity scene as well. And so I printed out a few different options. Again, I don't know if we'll get to all of those things, but I just like to have the options. And then they also, if you do make the Play-Doh, they have these cards. I laminated them. That's the recommendation, obviously, if you don't want them to get ruined or oily and stuff. And so they can, you know, build a gingerbread man. They can decorate the cake. You know, there's lots of fun things. There's a scarf. And so they can do some fun things with that. Okay, and then obviously we'll set out some Christmas books and we'll read some Christmas books together, or they can read them by themselves. And those will be kind of the Christmas parts of our schooling. We'll still do our group work because there's some science we're gonna finish up our Good and the Beautiful unit we're working on, and geography that I wanna get through. And so we'll still be doing those things like normal, but their individual work, we might cut back a little bit as we incorporate some of these other more Christmassy things. And so they might just do math and language arts once or twice a week instead of 4 times a week. We'll kind of see how it goes. But that's kind of my overall Christmas schooling goal, is just, you know, have a few things, but also have it laid back enough that if other things come up, or if we just need a day to relax or whatever, that is also an option. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. And again, I might just be going crazy anyways, and it'll be nice to have things I can just pull out that I really don't have to think about. So that's kind of how I planned Christmas schooling this year and what our situation needed. All right, so I hope this video is helpful. I hope it maybe inspired you with some ideas for your Christmas schooling. And comment down below what you like to do for Christmas in your homeschool. What's some things maybe you've done in the past that you've loved or that you're doing now? Or maybe things you just didn't work for your family. We like to hear those things too. And remember to look at that playlist, because maybe it'll give you some new ideas of things that you will love as well. And give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.